Yo, what's up, guys? So I got a Graves build guide too. Right now you should run attack speed with adaptive, and you can run tenacity shard or scaling HP shard. Either or is fun. Usually, the tenacity shard that got buffed recently is actually worth taking in some of the games where they have CC and you just don't want to. Like, you can't buy merc shards super early, right? It's like, so relying on tenacity early game is pretty nice. The HP to me is like kind of like whatever. Because if you get CC'd and you just die anyways, then like, what does the extra HP do anyways? So for runes, there's two sets of runes. You can go Fleet Fork with Triumph, Alacrity, Coup, which are like the best sub runes. And secondary, you can go Free Boots, Triple Tonic, or you can go Sudden Impact, Treasure Hunter. So it depends what you want. I usually like Inspiration on Graves. So I like taking Free Boots. You can also go Cashback, but I don't think it's like that good on Graves in my opinion. Because having the extra MS from your free boots is actually kind of nice for a shorter range champion. And Triple Tonic is just very OP in terms of stats. So yeah, this would be like my suggestion on taking Fleet. Your second set of runes is Dark Harvest. You go Dark Harvest with Sun Impact, and you can take any of the third row runes. Well, not the support one, but the other two. You can take either or. But I like, so what do you call it? 6 cents, because if I ever invade, it's very nice to know where there are wards. And you go Relentless Hunter or Treasure Hunter, either or is fine, it's just preference. And then secondary, you can go again Inspiration or you go Precision. Just know if you take Inspiration, you have less attack speed, so be ready to cancel autos when you're not used to that kind of setup. But either way, I mean, either is fine. It's just preference, but usually you take Precision because you kind of want the Alacrity. And Triumph is very nice to make extra money and be able to stay in fights. Okay, so there's only like 4 builds on Graves you can actually do. They're actually good. There's the Lethality Graves build, where you do Yumu Collector, and then you buy either Last Whisper. You don't need to buy a third, but you want to third or fourth usually. And then there's the filler items, which are Shield Bow or PD or Rapid Fire. Well, it's between PD or Rapid Fire, but usually you go Shield Bow, and then end game you really want IE or BT. A good amount of time, I would usually sell my Yumus for a Zeal item late game. You can also do the same by selling your boots for it, but usually, I mean, it depends, like what you want to do, if you do get that late into the game. So this is the build I was kind of abusing until I got bored of it in Challenger Korea when Bruiser Graves first got buffed, and this is one of the best builds to do. It's more on the lower econ side because sometimes you can't have all the gold in the world, but yeah, Thunder Sky, Cleaver are very good items to buy. Gives you a lot of haste, HP, and damage to allow you to snowball into your like other items that make you actually OP, like BT, and Dust Dance, getting like Sterax, these items just make you unkillable. The point of Bruiser Graves is to be, just play normal Graves early on, and then you get tankier and tankier to where like you're very hard to kill later on into the game, and you can frontline a lot more reliably. So this is the Bruiser build where you are rich as hell. You can still be rich and do the other build, but this one's like really insane if you play well, because Triforce is a very good item to buy, especially on melee characters sometimes, where it gives you the extra MS to be able to like stick onto them, which is pretty good for a champ like Graves. And then you buy Cleaver and Thunder Sky. Thunder Sky you can pretty much buy whenever you want. The more HP you have, the better it is, because it scales off like your missing HP. So it's pretty good to buy anytime between 1 to 3. The other build has it on first because it's lower on the lower econ side. You're more OP on the second item, right? But this build is more OP on like 3 items. 2 items you're not that weak, but like it's way stronger on the third item. And then you just buy filler items, and then eventually, hopefully, you get to the end game item, which is BT. Now we have Hubris. You can go full lethality or crit with Hubris. In my opinion, Hubris as an item, you can, if you get a lot of stacks, it's already a lot of damage. So usually buying Bruiser items is actually pretty good with Hubris. And you can go Shojin or Cleaver with it. If you don't end up going Cleaver, you can go like a Last Whisper item. So either or is fine. I'm not really a big fan of Shojin, but usually you would go Cleaver and just buy all the Bruiser items, and then just play the game as is, and just rely on your like Hubris stacks to carry you throughout the game in terms of damage. It's a very great item, but it is fun to do. So if you ever get to like the late game part of the stage of this build and you have a lot of stacks on Hubris, it's pretty fun, I would say. But it's like more of like a lower elo thing. I don't like doing this in Challenger GM because it's just like not reliable. But of course you can do it if you get a lot of kills. You can play in these elos.